Okay, so here I am. I need help from you people to try and figure this out. I really do. I'm having a tough time trying to figure out how little me isn't stupid. Okay, I really could use some help with this to come to the conclusion that I'm the problem here and that I'm mentally ill. So little me admits that the water, the air, and the food might not be good. He's come to that conclusion. He knows that there's a bunch of globalists called the WEF that are out there penetrating all over the place. And quite frankly, they might be behind a mad agenda to make men think that they can be women and go after children. And I'm just saying, these are the things that little me has said to me that he knows about this stuff. I don't need to tell him about the WHO because he knows. I don't need to tell him about the immigrants that aren't looking for a nice home. They're coming from jails and shit like that. As we know, because they're taking over apartment buildings and stuff like that. They're becoming gangs here. So he knows about all this stuff. But he thinks being a coward, but being a man in his own home is somehow going to keep the outside away forever. Like sooner or later, something's going to bust through. You know what I mean? Should we be cowards? Can anybody please let me know? Where little me is pretty much admitting that he's a coward. He doesn't want to acknowledge. Well, he does acknowledge what's this is the crazy part. He's told me his kids are in trouble from the outside world and he wants to protect them on the inside. I don't. Can someone please explain this to me? It's driving me insane. But then again, I think the problem is like I said, there's too much loyalty to men in this world. But please let me know where I'm wrong. Because, like, to me, this is like if you're going to be a good person, this is how you think. But you guys let me know if little me's thinking is good. I know it's good if you're a man and little me's on your side, but is it really the right way? So, so he was many famous in those days. So, well, I don't know the whole story, but if you think somebody does wrong, do you think you should be still hanging out with them? Or, I mean, if they come to the conclusion and they do a public apology the same way they publicly did something wrong, which you have said in your righteous mind, what he did was wrong, but you were still gonna back. You didn't want them to pay for what they had done. You just wanted to back a man, even though you know what he did was wrong, just because that's what a good person does. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Nobody has to pay for their mistakes anymore, little me. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, no one has to take ownership of what they do because they know they'll have the backing of their buddies because when they do something stupid that they don't think is right, they're gonna back them anyways too. You know what I mean? See, sometimes life's a big delusion and we delude ourselves, putting all our hopes and dreams in men when absolutely, little me, we should be inside of the truth, I think. You know what I mean? Truthfully, if you're going to be a good person, shouldn't you be around people just like you? You shouldn't, you know what I mean? You shouldn't, you should always try and bring one another up. You know what I mean? Have discussions where you think you're doing something wrong first, and then that person always has the chance to humble themselves and make themselves a better person. But your idea. We don't make anybody pay, and they can do whatever they want, and we'll still support them. Probably with you, little me, maybe there is a limit or something like that. I don't know what. But I'm just thinking this is some stinking thinking. Because if you were thinking right and you thought somebody did something wrong, you don't want really want them in your crew. But hey, but then you're gonna piss other people off when you do that, and it's all you just want to keep a nice little happy unit. You know what I mean? Even though you're not really being yourself, hey, little me, you're allowing things to go on that, well, quite frankly, you wouldn't do yourself, but you'll allow other people to do, and you'll hang out with them. So, what are other people supposed to think when they look and they see that little me supports these sorts of things? But hey, I don't know. Let me know where I'm wrong. These are just a couple of the questions that I have. If anybody could answer them, I'm tired of living in this weird kind of world where we can acknowledge a problem and think that we can run and hide in our houses and be big men for our children. When in fact, if we were going to be big men for our children, we'd stand outside and give the outside the finger and say, no, you don't really have the power that you think you do. Sorry, muchachos, no more. Gavin, for what you're doing, you might have to go to jail. You know what I mean? But I don't know if Gavin's doing anything bad, but maybe if we did an investigate, I think he's part of the swamp. What do you think, little me? If you had to put all your chips in, which team do you think Gavin's playing for? God's team or the team you're currently playing for, not realizing you're playing with it? Because you won't acknowledge Gavin Newsom's out there who want to take control of your children and they don't give a shit about your family and they'll do whatever's best for them. Hey, little me, let me know where I'm wrong and I'll fix this little crazy brain of mine because I think right and you think stink. And is there a God, little me? Which one of us would be with God? I always ask you guys, where's my stinking thinking? And you can't say because you're picking on me, you're calling us names, because I'm giving you reasons for the names. Like it's ignorant not to protect your children. It's just pure stupidity to come after me and tell me I'm wrong there. You can come at me at the chosen stuff all you want, but you don't want to have a conversation. You want to have a dictation. And when I ask for mediation, you run like a little bitch. I'd get with God, little me, and start thinking right, 'cause you're a whole lot of wrong, and you're what's wrong in the world, buddy. You are the problem in the world. Anybody like little me that doesn't want to acknowledge their problems is sitting in victimhood. 'Cause they like it. It feels good. All Sainty Claus will give you cuddles and tell you you don't have to fight little me, and people like me are the problem, sweetheart, but problems might be coming back around soon. You know what I mean? Cha cha cha.